Yes, we are back. Some catastrophic errors taking place in the wildcard poker stream. Series of events that unfortunately took me out of action for a hot second. As we get back to the action here, we can see that we're now down to the final five here. The mini main, Play Live Melbourne. A diamond would be a knockout. On the river doesn't come. Only Ace King does hold. And Rahul doubles up thanks to the big stack, Jordan, Batman, calling him there and doubling him up. We have seen Tamir, the tanker, get knocked out. And Gazadi cop an absolute crushing beat there with pocket aces, beaten by runner kings. And we missed exactly how Paris was eliminated. Back in 1 second, folks. That should be better. Okay. Just wow. We have accidentally ended the original stream by somehow clicking out of it and losing contact with the server. And on the break, decided to slice some bread. Literally took the top off my finger and bled everywhere all over the house. And then plugged in the charger for the laptop and disconnected the audio. So we are on one here tonight, and there is quite a rail here. Lots of pelicans, lots of penguins standing on the rail there, railing their boys, as they say. Some man massaging going down. Don't touch me, he says. I like it. I want to, says the massager. The massagee says, I won't warn you again. Stop poking my bum. Anyway, enough of that. We are back to the action. We have Jordan, the Batman, 38 bigs. Ashjari, 22 bigs. Rahul Mayadune, 19 bigs. Buttersill, Michael Buttersill, 8.8 bigs. I know it's not how you say his name. It's Basuttle. But I like Buttersill. It rolls off the tongue, and my dyslexia loves it. And Tang Nguyen, 11 bigs. He was a small stack down to micro stakes at one point, but climbed his way back here. And he's got Queen Jack. Queen Jack off was one of the hands that he used to pinch some big blinds in order to get back from his 2 big blinds at one point in this tournament. Now the big blind is 200k and the small blind is half of that, 100. And the ante is also 200k. So every circulation of the table is going to cost you 500,000. And so from that perspective, Tung Nguyen, he has about 4.5 circulations before he goes broke, and he decides to gem it in on the small blind and put the pressure back onto Jordan with 9-5. And Jordan decides not to roll it, not to run it against the small blind there. So quite a dominating lead at this point does Jordan, but no doubt as 5-handed play, things change. Opens become wider. And Michael Buttersill folds King 3. Tung Nguyen on the button. Peaks King 7. Contemplates. Thinks to himself. He thinks, who else could I think to? This action brought to you, he folds, brought to you by Octopi Poker. I think it's Chidwick is his name. The man Mo. Supplying the knowledge for your poker needs. And also, if you want to support another Aussie local, Nelson Dong, get into him, get onto him. And he has Up the Stakes Poker. And Jordan, he's decided to raise here 9-5 in the small blind. And Ashjari, King 6. The raise is 3 times the big blind. He looks down at 20 bigs and says, is this a good play or a bad play? Tends to not believe, but doesn't call. King 6, just not enough hand for him to defend the big blind. And the big stack continues to be a big bully and get bigger. Now, there's some pelicans gathered out there on the rail. A few pigeons, a few pelicans. There's some chin wagging happening for sure. So we're down to 5 in the mini main, and we're going to play down to a winner tonight, I do believe. There's been quite some action so far. 4-2, no good for you, Jordan. Puts in the min raise on the baton. Rahul, he calls flatly. And 7-6 versus Jack 6 goes to a flop. And 10 diamonds, 5 diamonds, 5 of clubs rolls off. Jordan's Jack high and diamond draws look pretty good. Rahul pretends to thinks he'll fold shortly. Very bad flop for 7-6 off. Gets away. The Wombat collecting the cards and forwarding the chips to Jordan, who's become a bit of a chip magnet and a chip magnate, if I do say so myself. And Definitely a few there railing him tonight. I know the commentators on the Play live stream are railing him. So we have to give him a bit of shit, because then we have to balance it out, He's getting blown over there by the Play Live team, and on this side, he's getting no sympathy from us. No favoritism over here. 10-7. He's out. And then As-Jaree with ace-3. Probably strong enough to open here. He's opening into the smallest stack in the big blind. But ace-3 will do, I'd say. And he kicks it up to 700k. Has to be, doesn't it? You have to give him something to think about. Queen 10. Bins it. Nice raise there from As-Jaree. Anyway, let's go back to our smooth tunes and do something a little bit different. Get back to the good times, the great classic hits on Wildcard FM. I'm your host, Tucker, and Jordan picks up pocket threes under the gun. Delivers a minimum raise, but runs into Rahul Mayadune with pocket queens on the button. We'll take that 400,000, and he will jam all in. Tung Nguyen, pocket fives in the big blind, has a decision to be made here. There is a decision to be made. I think you have to respect the jam, the all-in jam. Rahul is playing off of 16 bigs. So pocket fives probably a little bit weak, and you'd have to think the Batman also gets out of the way with 3-3. But Tung really in the tank here. Tung in the tank. Really pondering. Defending this big blind to the death here. 5-5. Thinking, does he have ace king? Does he have ace queen? Can I run it in this spot? No, I can't. And Jordan also says, no, I cannot too. And Rahul picks up 900,000. 900,000. The pocket queens. It's always good to win a hand like that without going to a flop. And here comes the worm now. The Play Live worm is the Annelid, with Annelid arms from Men in Black. You may have seen them in the coffee room. But those arms, they are made of 100% of rubber, and there is no definition on them. Legend has it, his forearm bends back on itself 4.5 times without breaking. And his wrist is the same circumference as his shoulder. Anyway, that's enough about the dealer. He cuts, he whiffles, he splits, and then he wipes the desk before delivering. The 5 players in question, the pictured paper which depicts their strength. In this game, let's not forget, it's just a game of chance, a game of skill, a game of bravery, some might say, a game of daring, a game of bullshitting sometimes, and smelling the bullshit out and calling it. Tang Yuan, he looks down at King 9 of suits in the small blind. I'd like him to jam here into Jordan. I think he must. With 11 bigs against the big stack, it's a good spot. But Michael Buttersill is patiently waiting with 6.3 bigs, preparing to ladder. All players here are guaranteed 10,000 Aussie dollars, and the next ladder is worth 2,700 more. So there's considerations there from Tang Yuan as he proceeds to proceed. And indeed, he will eventually find the jam, but he's still fumbling around the cupboards. No, that's peanut butter. That's Vegemite. Can I find the jam? Oh, there's marmalade. A jar of honey. Oh. He finds the almost jam. He finds the raise to almost jam. 1.8 million. And Jordan, he looks down at King 8. Off. And decides that he's not strong enough to make the call. And Nguyen steals some blinds. Good for him. So we see a chip count here. Jordan Battis, 38. Masala, 22. Rahul, 20. Tang, 13. And Michael Basato from Breaking Bad. He is on 6.3 bigs. Dwindling, but still there. So now we have Ashjari. Sorry, Rahul in the big... No, it's Ashjari. He's in the big blind. And Tang Yuan, he looks down at Ace Queen. Off. And it's not suited, but with 2 players to act, it's probably jammable from 13 bigs, I'd say. 3 players left. 2 players left in front, and they're the ones that are protecting the blinds. I'd say this is probably a rudimentary jam, if he can find it. He's gone looking for it again. He's raced it to 1.6 million. 1.8 again, sorry. And my Sam, he's not going to play Queen 2. He's not going to play Queen 2. Goodbye, he says. And Nguyen steals again. Very nice. There is some glass on the near side rail. And Falcon on the far side. Looks like Falcon might be railing for Ashjari. I think Ashjari borrowed $100 from the Falcon to get into this tournament, so he's probably looking for a bit of a payoff. The bus man, Breaking Bad himself, he does have a Mo too. He's jamming all in here. Under the gun, ace 5. Can only run into worse. From that position, all players with a chance to snipe the man. As Tung Nguyen, he doesn't put his cards on the RFID reader. And we're all in the dark about what he might have here. He asks us for a count. He asks us for a count. And the dealer says, I can't count. Why are you asking me? My arms are made of 1000% rubber. Tung Nguyen, he's spending his time making fancy stacks with his chips, as if to say, I can make pretty shapes with my stacks. I want to tank a bit more. I want to think about it. And really is pondering. I really want to know what his cards are here. He's really pondering what he might have. I'm going to put him on Ace King this time. I think he had Ace Queen last hand. I think he's going to kick him up to Ace King. He folds. I'm definitely wrong about that then. The Batman folds. And Ashjari. 10-7 off. Has 2 overs and is under to one of Butterseal's best cards. Mucks them. And Rahul says, I can't call with 4-2. And for the first time in 3 minutes, Basatul takes a breath, breathes for the first time, a sigh of relief, relieved, knowing that jamming from under the gun with a small stack, you're only getting called by worse. You're only ever getting called by things that beat Ace 5. If you get a call, you're not going to be ahead. Anyway, scratches the noggin, rubs the beard, the lucky Mo. And we've got Tung Nguyen, King 8, and Jordan Battis in the mini Mo, in the mini main. And we're down to 5 here, 50,000 up top. All these players are hungry for that trophy, for the cash. Oh, Ashjari picks up Ace Jack on the button. Must think about raising here. The blinds are increased to 250k for the big blind and 250k for the ante. So the minimum raise would be to 500,000. He thinks about it and makes a raise to the amount of 800,000 to play, he says. And Basatil has ace-2 of suits, and he will be doing himself a disservice to stick that in to the middle. He looks up at the clock, the board, and says, I have approximately 2 circulations before I'm broke. He's counting out how much it's going to cost to call, and he goes all in. And so, Ashjari, it's only going to cost him an extra 3 big blinds to make the call here. It's a must call situation. It's a cannot fold situation. And he has the ace-2 dominated. I've got a story about ace-2 the other night, playing the local Thursday night tournament. I had 10 ace-10 off, and on the big blind, in fact, under the gun raised to 4 times the big blind, and across the table from me called, and I effectively called with ace-10, and the flop came ace 9-3, 1 spade, and then got a check. Guy across, he bet 12, which was, what's that, 6 big blinds, and I re-raised it to 25, making it 12 big blinds to go, and he called, and then the turn came another spade, and he checked, so I bet the 12 big blinds at him, and the jack is in the window here, and the diamonds don't help Buttersill. He's absolutely drawing dead to rights, and he's eliminated here in 5th place. Buttersill, he will take home $10,000 exactly, nothing more, nothing less, for his efforts. Just about 16 times his entry fee, and you've got to be happy with that. Yeah, so I had ace-10, and this fish, absolute fish across from me, called my 25, and the river came a brick spade. No help for a straight, but the spade flush arrived on the river, and I checked, and he bet 25. He bet another 12 bigs at me, and I said, well, fuck it, I've come this far. I put it in, and he showed the ace-2 of spades, and absolutely fished me on the river. So those kind of players, you want them because most of the time they're just going to pay you off because they just can't help themselves. But every now and then they'll hit that river, and see you later, bye-byes was what happened to me in that tournament. Ashjari now processing his pay rise to 12,700, as all players on the table now are guaranteed that much. And I think Ashjari's looking at the prize structure before making his bet. Before making his bet in the cutoff. Raises just a minimum raise this time. Other times, more. This time, minimum. Tongue 9. In the BB. With 9-8 off. 9-8 off. 9-8 off. And his 9 is dominated by Ashjari's king kicker there with the 8 off, obviously. You're playing for a straight if you get into this mess. You're playing for... He's going to have a look. He's going to look him up. So we go to a flop here, and the worm burns 1, and in the window is a 6, a king, and a queen. That'll slow the action down somewhat. Wouldn't expect Tongue to continue telling any stories in this spot. King 9, happy, healthy. Bet away, Ashjari, bet at him. Oops, he bets not enough. He says too much. He doesn't bet enough. And Nguyen folds. The falcon on the far rail strokes himself a little. And Batman's rail. The flock of pigeons. Obviously, they've all got a slice. Obviously, they've all got a piece of him. What is 1% of 50,000? Work it out. All the boys. Oh, look at this. All the boys. Can't wait to get their 500 each and hit the pokes. Anyway. Here we go. 30 bigs for Jordan, the Batman. In the white shirt. I do like a white shirt. I do like a poker player in a white shirt. Astro Reed, second spot, 26 bigs. Rahul, 14 bigs. And at the bottom, Mr. Nguyen, 9 bigs. It's anyone's match, really. One double from anybody, and especially the lower bodies. Then she could get frisky. Let's cross live now. Back to the writers, the bat writers in the Play Live studio. See what they have to say for themselves.
There he is.
Rahul looks down at pocket threes.
We have just stumbled into a wild Mr. Richmond. Unfortunately, as he's phrased it, drowning his sorrows. So unfortunately, I'm assuming couldn't find a bag in the main. We're gonna be regoing tomorrow, I'm sure. Yeah, I've nailed that one.
And he goes all in here. Does Rahul Mayadune 3.5 million. And the King 6 folds and King 10. Ashjari probably doesn't want to play this for that many bigs. Rahul. So he does have 10 more bigs than him, but he gets out of the way with that. He says, I don't like it. Very nice. Nice raise there from Rahul. Stealing all of the blinds. And putting a bit more distance between him and last. A little bit more of a gap. Often pays to be the aggressor in these shorter hand formats. It's easier to put it in than it is to call it off. And somehow the RFID knew Tung Nguyen's hand before he got it, which is outrageous. And it is also pocket threes. There's some white pigeons out there on the rail. Doesn't mind taking his time here. Tung Nguyen. Jordan looks a little bit bored. He prefers to be clicking a little bit faster than this. Hopefully he jams and Jordan snaps him off with pocket kings. That's what I hope for anyway. Let's hope. Tung jam, Jordan calls. Someone else calls in with pocket queens, and you see an absolute disaster. Here we go, pocket kings. Let's go, Jordan. $2.2 million to call here. Oh, pocket tens. Yes, let's go, son. Snap him off. Snap him off. Yes, almost called it. Called it enough. Called it enough. And now pocket falls here for Rahul. Gets out of the way. Jordan is all in with his tens. Tung Nguyen, he puts it all in. And we're going to see a fight. See if the threes can fight here. And the flop comes 6 in the window, 2, 5, 6. Gutter is on the table, needs a 4. Queen comes on the turn, no help. Just a 4 or a 3 to get out here, and the ace is what delivers the death blow for Tung Nguyen. And it's GG's in the chat. GG's in the chat. I've never seen one GG in a chat and then everyone's like, GG's in the chat. It's just goodbye, mate. See you later. Sayonara, senorita. Nice to meet ya. Back to the bleacher, to the pavilion. Have an early shower. You're out of here. No more chips for you. But well played. Really grinded it out. Did Tung Nguyen. Scrapped hard. Did well to get back from 2 big blinds at one point in order to take home 12,700. We'll be disappointed to have run into the 10s there, but I think it was inevitable that if these players keep jamming pocket threes all night, that someone's going to catch them and pull their pants down. And while their pants are down, do things to them they'd prefer not to have happen. Anyway, you walked into pocket 10s, and if you're naked and pocket 10s get you, then you know what I mean? What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Natural, I don't know. Natural selection, I guess. And we go down now, 3-handed. There's 3 left in this mini main. And the chip leader is the Minimo, Jordan Battis, the Batman. And Mayasam Ashjari, he decides to raise the Minimo in the big blind. And he's got Jack 6. Now, it's not a premium hand by any stretch, but it's 2 cards and you've already got a big blind in there. So let's just put another one in and have a little look at a flop. Not exactly exuding strength here by just flat calling, but at the same time, little defend never hurt anybody. And the flop comes 10-10 queen, 10-10 queen. There's plenty to represent here. If you are the big blind, and Jordan is. So the king high definitely looking to continue. Now does Jordan like his odds? No. He says no. And now the Minimo Battis, he's on 41 bigs. Asjari is on 27, and the small stack Rahul Mayadone, he is on 14 bigs, so plenty healthy enough. We're on the Bundabergs tonight. The Bundaberg ginger beers, that is. And this is wild card poker. The wildest poker commentary you've ever seen. Absolutely not affiliated with Play Live Melbourne officially or Octopi Poker, but I do support them. And my good friend Nelson Dong, that I've never met, never spoke to him before, have no affiliation with him either, but I picked him up as a normally they'd sponsor me, but I'm going to sponsor him as a way of like paying it forward. You know what I mean? Like you see blokes out there putting in work, doing good things for the game, and you just say, "Oh, I'm going to give that person my support." I don't need them to sponsor me like Chidwick does. Has to sponsor the Play Live stream, obviously. Octopi sponsoring the stream, and because of that you have to see the Chidwick's head the whole time you're watching the poker, much like you have to see my head if you're watching this stream. But you will never see the Dong on here. I'll never put the Dong on the screen unless he pays me big bucks. So for now, it's just you'll hear of the Dong, but you won't be seeing the Dong unless you pay for it. And up the stakes poker is where you'll find Nelson Dong, and the flop comes ace 2-5, and I could see Jordan bluffing this hand because he didn't bluff the previous hand. And Asjari is in a good spot here with pocket tens. Now, Jordan didn't raise the flop, the pre-flop, so it's unlikely that he has an ace. Can't start telling that story to us now. But he flat calls, and the turn comes a queen. And Asjari has the club, and now that reduces Jordan's outs to two jacks, and it gets checked back here, and the river is the 8, giving Jordan a pair of 8s, but not enough. And Asjari checks it back. He'll show his pocket tens, and Batman not picking up the pot with his rivered 8, but continuing to VPip at 40%. And Rahul, he's a sleeper. He hasn't made too many waves. His VPip is low. It's been some good poker here tonight at the Play Live Melbourne studio. And let's check out the comments now. Absolutely none in the chat. It's all right. We don't do this for the comments. We do it for the fans. We do it for the love of the game. And SJRE in the small blind says fold. Says fold. Rahul folds the big blind with the blank, which is Tim Chambers' favorite hand, in case you're wondering. Timmy Chambers, the president of Victorian Boy Scouts and former parliamentary secretary. What a waste. What a waste of a callback. If you follow along, if you've watched some super sexy secret 600 Sundays, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, then you won't. And you won't because you don't. Anyway, Rahul 7-6, 7-6, 6-7, 6-7, and there's a call and a check. Here comes a flop, a burn. It's like, where are these cards going to come from? Wow. Here they are, eventually arriving. King 3. King 3 for the boys. 2 clubs, but there's no clubs available for Rahul. C bets and wins. And 34, 31 and 14. Battis, SJRE and Mayadune. Mayadune. Rahul Mayadune. I don't know. Might be putting too much thought into that one. Jordan Battis. Mayasam SJRE. And Rahul Mayadune. Rahul, you know what to do. Jordan, King 7, 3-handed. This is gold in the small blind. King 7, worthy of some increasing. Flat calls, runs into Ace King, runs into SJRE in the big blind with the big slick. I haven't said that for a long time. The big slick. Ace King. Yeah. Yeah. So the raise to 700,000 from the Ace King, and Jordan calls here, and the flop comes 296. Not helping Jordan Battis. He's not first to act here. King 7 misses the board, and he reaches for chips. He bets 550. Astari looking for chips, deciding to call an ace on the turn would be delicious for Astari. Comes 3 instead. He doesn't know that his only risk is a 7. 3 outs for Jordan. Saw him hit the 1-outer before to crack the aces. Checks his cards again to make sure he still has a shit hand. He does. And he decides to bet again, barreling further forward more. And gets the best hand to fold. Unbelievable play there from Jabatman. But, you know, Ace King, you miss the flop, you miss the turn. It's hard to keep calling down. It's hard to keep calling down. And the Wombat, he tags in. He says, tag me in. And the Worm tags him in with those arms that bend. They bend upon themselves. I don't even know if he's got bones in his forearms, this guy. They're rubber arms. They're unbelievable. Mesmerizing. And the Wombat, he has forearms with definition. Look at those. You know what I'm talking about. He's got definition in those forearms. He doesn't miss forearm day. And he just deals them through the rail. He just he pins the cards through the rail. If he's dealing hit you in the eye, you go blind. Anyway, we're back down here now on the final table, the mini main of the Grand Prix. Mini main at Play Live Melbourne on the final table. And we've got a few players left. And Astari jams with King 3 into Rahul, and he snaps him off with Ace 9. So, kind of a brain snap here. He's playing for half of his stack, this Astari, and he just got snapped off, but he's hit the 3 on the flop. And now it's up to Astari to catch up. And there's a 10 on the turn and a 10 on the river, and Astari has eliminated Rahul Mayadune. Bye-bye, senorita. Nice to meet ya. Pizza. Off to the bleacher. Wowza. Early showers for Rahul. Kind of slipped under the radar for this whole final table. Didn't really do anything outrageous. Didn't really do anything great. Didn't do anything wrong. Just kind of stayed there until he got eliminated with the best hand. So the Falcon now ecstatic, giving him some tips. To Astari on the rail, the Falcon. Got the Falcon and Astari on that side. We've got the Pigeons and the Galahs on this side with the Battis. And they're talking about strategy. And the boys have a hug. Look at that. The Galahs, the Minimos on this side. And now the dealer, he's like, you guys, I want to go home and go to bed. So you sit down and fucking play cards, or I'm going home and going to bed. And the boys, they haven't even considered doing a deal. They're just straight into it. And let's cross back to the co-commentators from Play Live.
You can get very close.
Tournaments are so bittersweet, aren't they? I mean,
unless you win, you're depressed, right?
Yeah, there's always something to complain about.
Well, even if you win, you may have swapped.
And here we go. We've got. We don't really care about the. We don't really care about the co-commentators. They're just talking nonsense again. And we've got Ashjari with Jack 10 of diamonds, and they both have about 40 big blinds. So it's neck and neck. It's head to head. There's nothing between them. First prize is 48,000 and second prize is 30,000. Now, if I was the boys, I would probably say, hey, let's make second place 35k and first place 42 to soften the blow a little bit and play for the trophy and play for that extra money. But, 20 grand between first and second, that's probably a little bit too much to risk heads up in my books anyway. And we have Battis with 8-4, who's picked up some extra outs here. He has a gut shot as well as the gut shot is what he wants, really. We don't really want to hit a pair. We want to hit the 6 and make the nuts, make the absolute stone cold nutters. Even though the 6 isn't the nuts, but it's good enough unless a diamond comes, in which case it's not good enough. But we'll soon see. And definitely going to call off one big blind bet here to see a turn is JB, the Batman, as they call him. But he's re-rosen. He has re-roused and gets the fold straight away from Ashjari. So Ashjari says, okay, not the first time tonight that Jordan has used chips to defeat his opponent, Ashjari. Mayasem, Ashjari. We're going to go to the Chat GPT and see if we can find some statistics as Jordan picks up pocket nines. Picks up pocket nines heads up. That's a premium. That's a very nice hand to have. Mayasem. I'm trying to type, but my finger, I've got sliced off with a bread knife, so it's not easy. Oh my goodness. Jack 3 doesn't want to call. Now we're looking him up. He is a poker player from Australia. His total live earnings are about 25,000 USD, and his best live cash previously is 10,500. So this is his biggest win. Ashjari has Jack 2 and Jordan has 10-8 here and gets a fold, raise and a fold. So in 2025, Ashjari, he placed 6 in the APO, the Australian Poker Open, for 10,500, and placed 6 in the No Limit Hold'em Teams event for another 10,500, the exact same prize money. And yeah, apart from that, 2 other small cashes for 2,000 and 1,300. Now let's look up our good friend Jordan. the Batman. See what statistics. So, Astro, he raises with Ace Jack. And it's now up to Jordan to call with Queen 5. Is he blinking? Is he thinking? So, looking for a read here is Jordan. Deciding to do something. He re-raises to 1.7 million. And Ashjari smells bullshit. He smells bullshit. There's currently 2.6 million in this pot. And he is weighing up his options. Weighing up his options. You cannot keep folding to this kid. He will continue to push you around if you do this. You must jam it all in. Flip it. Oh my God. He's just getting picked apart. And the Falcon on the rail is not happy with the play. He's saying the 3-bet was weak. You've got to call. Anyway, Jordan has about 86,000 USD in total career earnings. The best live cash is 23,000. And he's about 53,000th on the all-time global money list. So he reached the final table of the 2022 APL Million main event with a $5 million prize pool. That's probably where he got his 23,000 from. But he just continues to bully Ashjari, who needs to find some spine here and bring home the biscuits to the Falcon, who is hungry for biscuits. He's going to absolutely puke when he watches this game back and sees what he does see is Ashjari as Jordan flat calls. Flat calls ace 4 and Ashjari picks up queen a la premioso. And Ashjari raises to 1.1 million. Raises to 1.1 million. Now, because Jordan flattered, didn't raise, it doesn't seem like he'd have an ace in this spot. So maybe you re-raise to put pressure back on. Definitely looks like he's trying to get some kind of read out of Ashjari. I'm not sure if he can see anything or what he's looking for, but he jams all in and he's going to get immediately snapped off here. He's got to get snapped off here. Surely Surely to Christ. Call. He does call. I thought he folded. I was like, what the hell? And he calls here. Now, Jordan needs an ace in order to win this. 7, 10, 3. The river, the turn is a queen. Now he's dead. Absolutely drawing dead. Beautifully done there from Ashjari. Doubling up. Is now on 50 bigs. And the galahs are filthy. The galahs are filthy. Look at it. Look at the Batman. He's sick. He's just vomited in his mouth. And the galahs are now saying, get a deal. Take a deal. Try and get a deal. Like, can we do a deal? Is it too late to do a deal? Anyway, sicked in his mouth, really. And there's Amin on the rail. He's a god amongst pigeons. Look, here he is. He's railing for our man, Ashjari. We've got Amin, who is like the god of all the birds. And then we've got the Smiling Falcon, who is also on the rail. And the boys are happy to see Ashjari just cleaning up. I hope that is Amin. I hope I'm not just, casting names upon people that aren't their names. But it's going to bring a lot of confidence if that is Amin, the main man, the Amin clique, who is the sniper in these streets. It might not be, but I just say it. Looks like him. Anyway, there's some Pelican action here from the Play Live employees with the bum scratch behind the rail there. And then we have a rando just stumbling on in here to the rail. He's like, I didn't want to come on this rail. I'm at the wrong rail. And he flies out more like a finch, like a little finch, a bit flighty. And he gets out. And then we see now Jordan decimated to 15 bigs. And it was bound to happen. He's had the worst hand for the last 4, and he's got Ashjari to fold every other time. And the poker gods were like, God damn it, do we have to give you pocket queens before you freaking call something? Ace Jack, no good. Ace King, no good. Come on, Ashjari, here's pocket queens. And then he goes all in, and I thought he folded. I was like, oh my God, is this guy a super nit? Anyway, the Falcon is almost, might as well take the table and play for him. Is that involved? Is that invested? The Batman is just going to go all in, obviously, and put in max pressure. He's just going to try and flip it back now because he's on tilt because he got beat there and lost his lead. And so the Batman with King Jack gets the fold off him. Gets the fold out of him. This has been Wild Card Poker. Another world-class stream here from Wild Card Poker. And we are down to 2 in the mini main. And we look down at Mini Mo, the Batman, Jordan, Michael. Some call him Michael. Some call him the GOAT. Anyway, he's got 16 bigs. And he creeps into the pot with blank. And Ashjari has 5-5. And I'd be inclined to gem it into his face. Gem it into his face, Ashjari. Don't give him a sniff. Don't give him a sniff of it. It's good enough. 5-5 is a primo. In this posse, do what you got to do. Goes all in. I love to see it. I love to watch it. And Batman cannot face the music as he depletes himself to 15 bigs. And to go and get some drinkage. Hang on. Here we go. I'd like to see Jordan jam here and get called and get beat. I'd like to see that this game come to an end. But no. He re-raises to almost 1 million. And Ashjari has to be licking his lips at this point. And he goes all in. I've got some cake. Oh. And he's hit top pair and the flop. And then he's hit 2 pair on the turn. A 4 or 5 or a jack for the victory. And no. No. Battis doubles his way back with a lucky turn 7 to make 2 pair. And the Galahs are ecstatic on the rail. Look at them go. All the pigeons and the Gilars. They're like they're the white cockatoos. That's what they are. The white cockatoos on the rail. They're stoked about this comeback from Jordan Battis. Outrageous. Oh, the Falcon. Slightly upset about the play. Yeah. Ashjari. A little bit upset that the cards fell against him. He got it in good. And Batman just turned it on him. Oh yeah, you can find me in St. Louis. Yep. They're back to the table. The Falcons laying down the law, and the white cockatoos on the near side rail. They're stoked. They're ecstatic. If they don't, they'll jump the rail. They'll jump the rail if Jordan wins this. I'll tell you what. There'll be a 5-car pile up. They'll be jumping all over each other. The white cockatoos. That's what I love to see, though. This is great poker. This is play live, putting on a show. That's what we love to see. Aussie poker at its best, on display. Now Battis here, he raises with the Queen Jack of diamonds. And Ashjari has slightly better hand, but is it? King 3 not suited, not as attractive as a suited connected hand like Queen Jack, but the overcard does help him out a bit. Ooh, yeah. And the flop comes good for Ashjari. Then Battis picks up backdoor diamonds and overs to the board. But I steal get this bump. It's hard to make a pair in poker, they say. And the turn comes 7 of spades. Ashjari checks it. Jordan does generally like to continue his lying, but this time he checks back in the river changes nothing. My Sam, he has the best of it. And a rainbow board, 83279, 79, 8, 10 jack. Good. Jordan has one of those cards. Does he turn his hand into a bluff here? On the river. I think the way that Astro Reed checked the river signified weakness and potentially that a big bet would get him to fold. And he bets 1.4 million. Which is about 5 big blinds. Probably would have liked to see him go to 2 million. It's now 3.6 in the middle. Looks a little bit sus the way that he picks the chips out of his stack, puts them on the table in front of himself. I feel like that's not really... He does call, but and wins the pot. Well done. I just don't like the way that he put the chips out like that. If you're not going to call, then it's like a little bit of an angle maybe, and the white cockatoos. Laugh it up, boys. Laugh it up. And now look who the master coach is over there. The Falcon, Wayne Bennett, at his best. What is he doing? Is he into the solver? What's he up to over there on the rail? Has he got the charts up? No. Is he watching the stream? He's like, this guy's full of shit. Everything he says is a lie. He must be watching the stream. It's outrageous. I have to go check with the co-commentators and see what they're saying about this. I wonder if it's cheating. Hang on. Commentary's gone dead. Anyway, that's enough out of that. Now, Batman has ace 5 and hopefully he's raised a little. He raises to 600,000. 10-5. Coming for a look. This could get him into trouble here. Just feel like 10-5 is going to get you into trouble at some percentage. He's got 3 outs now. Needs some help on the turn if he continues. Battis having the best of it. Bets, gets a quick snap fold. Prize money is 58k and 29.7. So just about $18,000 between first and second. I'd probably do some kind of deal. Make that gap a little smaller. Maybe play heads up for 12k or something. But yeah, take that second place up to about 35, 36. I'd like it. Maybe a little less than that. And the Batman picks up 8-8 and Ashjari picks up 3-3. Classic battle of the big blind versus the small blind, and there's only 2 of those because it's heads up now. Classic heads up battle here. Both of you thinking you're ahead. both thinking that you're doing better than the other. This could turn into a 3-bet, 4-bet, 5-bet, 6-bet, 7-bet jam here. Ashjari contemplates how many bets he can do if he can get to a 6 or a 7-bet with that size stack. And Batman. So we're going to see some blind on blind violence. It's checked. The flop 6-2-6, which does make you feel pretty good if you are Ashjari. But Batman, very, very happy to have an overpair to this board, delivering my sum, only 2 outs. Now the option is on Jordan. It's bet called very quickly, snap call. The turn comes Queen of Diamonds. Queen of Diamonds. The action going check. Jordan. Checking back. The river. 10. 2 overs to the board now. The only thing that Ashjari has left up his sleeve is a bluff. The whole board is drowning him out. Checking. Checked back. Jordan will show his pocky 8s. Loving life. And Ashjari finding himself back to neck and neck. 32, 34, 34, 32. Big blinds, nothing in it. Neck and neck, and the white cockatoos on the rail here, their pack, their flock, just keeps getting bigger. They must be calling in reinforcements. And the falcon, he's changed into something else. Ashjari picks up 8-6 in the hole, and he proceeds to call. Batman, he checks the option. Just checking the posture. Ooh, Ashjari flopping the open-ended straight draw here. Much equity in a heads-up battle. 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? If he can find himself a couple more hearts, 4 of hearts, 6 of hearts, that would be nice. Straight flush. That'd be very nice. And that would give Jordan a flush. Oh, there's the 9 of hearts. So if we can see the 6 of hearts, there will be a straight flush, as I have predicted. No, there's no 6 of hearts. Where is it? Where's the 6 of hearts? I don't understand. Am I missing something? Oh, the 6 of hearts doesn't help Jordan. That's why it's not up there. Okay, so yes, 6 of hearts would be delicious because it would give Jordan the impression he has the heart flush, but it would actually give Ashjari a straight flush as called for by wildcard poker here. This is getting spicy. And Ashjari bets 1 million, and Jordan smacks it back towards him. Oh, I didn't even pick up. It's too late. That Ashjari has the straight anyway. Doesn't need a straight flush. I'm an idiot. And Jordan has re-raised to 3 million here. And Astraree's gone all in over the top. And now the Falcon is giving him a big hug and a kiss on the rail. That's a bit much, boys. Settle down. Settle down, boys. That's a bit much, isn't it? Anyway, it's sweet. But it's all about, poker. It's about love, isn't it, really? It's all about sexual tension, really. Two men sitting across the table from each other, trying to trick each other into something they don't want to do. Oh God. And the Falcon says, "Fuck you, white cockatoos. I'll eat you." And Jordan, aka Blinky Bill Battis, he puts in some chips. It's quite expensive to play now. Astraree, he sits upon his stack with ace 3. And I do feel sometimes, and I don't know that it's wrong, that sometimes Jordan overplays his hand and gets re-raised and doesn't realize his equity enough. In that situation, he had the King of Hearts. If he flat calls the million, sees the river, maybe he hits his flush, realizes his equity that way. But on the other side, I understand that immediately re-raising the turn doesn't allow. He gets to find out where he is immediately. And then he just folds. And if he doesn't, he gets the fold from the other player and takes the pot down. So I guess that's what his strategy is. That's what the strategy is in that spot. But yeah, maybe I'm too honest. Maybe I just want to have the hand before I bet it. It's $1 million to call. Save yourself $2 million. The heart comes. Then you make the whole pot. Maybe you double up. Maybe you win the tournament. I don't know. But you get re-raised like that, then you know you're behind and you fold. Especially against Astraree. He plays pretty pure. And he's got the Falcon on his side, obviously. On the rail. Railing him. And the boys, the white cockatoos, there's an army of them on the rail behind Jordan there. And we see 6-7 against 10-7. 10-7. And then the flop comes. 10 Jack King. All hearts. And Jordan only has a heart. And the other guy doesn't have a heart. But he has a 10. So he has a pair. So he bets it. And Batiste folds. And he gets up to high five his rail and accidentally gives some skin to the other bird that's flown in. Queen 3 for Jordan. This is my favorite online hand. I don't always play it, but when I do, I flop a full house. And Astraree, Jack 10, unsuited connector. Oof. Gets a fold there from Jordan, who is reduced to a mere 17 bigs. 5-5 for Ashjari. This is nice. Ashjari. 5-5. Don't forget, this action brought to you by Play Live Melbourne and Octopi Poker. Stephen Chidwick, the Mo Man, the Momentum, Mo Money, Mo Problems. And here we go. Ace 6 as Jordan jams it in. Enough to get a fold from Ashjari. 7-5. No good. Oh, yes. Queen 2 diamonds here for Ashjari. He stands up a little bit. Peeks over. Doing a Martin Cabral there. Trying to see if the cards that he's marked are still marked. I think I kind of picked up on a bit of card marking scandal the other night at my local. The ace of hearts, the corner of it was a little bit bent, and when you held the deck, you could see a little gap in the deck. So like, that's obviously a marked card, right? I saw it. I just thought, now I know. Didn't report it. But yeah, sketchy stuff. Not what you want to see at a $60 buy-in, self-dealt tournament. People marking cards. Anyway, JB picks up the 9-6. MA picks up the J6. Diamonds. It's better. He checks his option in this situation. Ashjari. 8-9 king. Hits Jordan right in the guts. Gotta love it. Gotta love that. As he bets towards a good friend Ashjari, who only has a backdoor diamond draw now. And he hits the jack. As I say that, he hits the jack. And Jordan checks it back. And the river comes jack, now making trips for Ashjari. And if Jordan jams it, the tournament is over. The mini main will be finished. He bets 500 and Ashjari goes all in over the top. And now Battis needs to decide if he is in fact a hero or if he is going to lay it down. What a spot to be in. It went check, 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 bet, check, bet. Sorry, check, bet, check. And then check, bet, jam. Wow. Super slow play. Obviously, Queen 10 gets there on the turn. And Jack gets there. So it's not a good spot to be in if you're Jordan, thinking you're betting for value. This is the issue with betting the value. When the river comes, Jack. Could have. And the Falcon is absolutely stoked. And the Mandarin Duck is there in his right beside him. The Mandarin Duck and the Falcon. And the white cockatoos on the near side rail have gone silent. Let's cross back now to the Play Live commentary team.
Do appreciate all you guys staying up into the wee hours of the night. It is about to hit 1 a.m. So definitely appreciate it.
Let's troll.
He's been smacked by the deck the last hour, Tarika says. So definitely want to see what they can do here. That's a couple of doubles here to stay in the tournament. Otherwise, we're going to be over pretty soon, as Maysam can sort of just start literally jamming now, as he does find the Queen at O, which is quite fine off 10 big blinds. As we see, we are going to get some color change here from our TD Jose. But this one does look to be, unfortunately, over quite soon. Hopefully not, for Jordan's sake. He can obviously recover. As we said, any amount of chips is enough, but Maysam would be probably winning this 90% of the time from now, just having an overwhelming chip lead, and all it takes is one hand to go in. Jordy's pretty much got a jam. A lot of hands here now from the button, and this is going to be one of them, I'd assume. You're not really going to find a fold Jack 6 suited off 7 big blinds. It doesn't feel like a hand you want to jam, because you're not going to get folds much, but you do just want to run the equity here. So
he's going to be definitely at the bottom.
Shush. All right, so we're away and we're back. So Astra there, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cups of water, so he's plenty hydrated. I'm surprised that these players don't need to go to the toilet more often with this liquid intake. It's just absolutely insane. And we get a raise and a fold. And Maysam Asjari is on 54 big blinds, 16 million in chips. And Jordan Battis is on 3 million in chips with just 10 bigs left before this tournament is over. And Jordan looks over to the white cockatoos. There's a few galahs there, but most of them are white cockatoos. And then on the far side, you'll see the Falcon with his phone out. He likes to watch the live stream. I think he's watching the Wildcard Poker restream. And there's also a Mandarin Duck standing next to the Falcon. Ooh, suited Jack 10. That's got to be a jam at this point. And he's too busy. He's too busy stacking his chips to even worry about looking at his cards. I don't think he's noticed they've been dealt yet. And Asjari, who, according to ChatGPT, suggests maybe that he is of Persian origin, perhaps Iranian. I have no idea. ChatGPT said this. And Jordan He calls the all in here with ace 3. And Astrari will need to find a jack or a 10 to win this tournament. And the jack comes on the flop. Now Jordan needing an ace on the river as the 4 comes on the turn. And the ace hits the river. And Jordan stays alive again. How does this kid keep finding the river? The white cockatoos have got to be happy about that. Let's go to the wide shot, please. Play live. Check it out there. Static. Look at that. The galahs are there. The white cockatoos. Oh, even the crows have flown in now. Even the crows have flown in to participate in the celebrations. And the falcon on the far rail is about to slap Astrari upside the head. And the mandarin duck is even chiming in with some advice here. This is lit poker here at Play Live Melbourne, folks. We need to get a grandstand up there on both sides of this table. We need a grandstand. We need a heads up. We need a heads up, purpose-built heads up grandstand where both players sit, and then maybe you can show your cards to all your fans, and they can see the other players. I don't know. That's silly. Obviously, we're not going to do that. Don't forget Octopi Poker, folks, sponsored by the one and only Eric Baldwin. Just it's Chidwick. I think it's Stephen Chidwick or Eric Chidwick, whatever his name is. Who cares? Michael Chidwick. It's the Mo Man. He's got the momentum. And now the white galahs, they're having words with the falcon, and the falcon's smashing some vodka. And the mandarin duck has been left alone. He's vulnerable, but he's there now. He's looking at his phone. Dude, you're on a live stream. Understand. You're being watched. Saying, come over here, watch this. And then the wombat is left in the dealer's seat, takes off the Britney Spears headset, and he says, how good is this life? He just kicks back. Look at this guy, just showing off his 8-pack abs, flexing his guns. The wombat, he's about 4'8", and he's 3'7" wide. He is built for this, and he's just absolutely loving. If he was playing a hand right now, everything he's doing is a tell that he's got a strong hand. Everything about him says strength, and that's why he is the number 1 pick of dealers here at Play Live Melbourne. The absolute savage. And I'm going to go back now to the Play Live team and find out what the fuck's going on. Some pelicans have come in now. They joined the rail. They think it fit to chat with the wombat here. He does converse with them. He will converse with the pelican.